I am so happy that you're able to join us for this extended interview. Make sure to visit theoffbeatlife.com. Again, that's theoffbeatlife.com to get more killer resources. Hey friend, are you looking to land a remote gig ASAP? Well, did you know that we not only have a ton of online jobs you can apply to on our site, but now we are also sending them straight to your inbox. I'm happy to announce that we will be sending our email subscribers legit online jobs every Wednesday. We have done hours of research so you don't have to. If you want to be the first one to hear about the remote gigs we find, go to theoffbeatlife.com to subscribe. Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here for this extended interview with Anquanette, where she's going to share with us how to stay healthy while you're working from home. Hey Anquanette, how are you?
Hey Debbie, I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I am good. So before we get to your incredible tips, can you tell us more about you and why you live an offbeat life?
Absolutely. So Anquanette Gaspard, born and raised in St. Croix in the Virgin Islands, and for me, living an offbeat life was just the best way for me to have a fulfilled life, to be honest. Being from the Caribbean, your parents and your grandparents would always encourage you to have a career as a doctor or a nurse or an engineer. Those were the top careers that, your parents would be so happy to boast about you to their friends. And that just was not in the cards for me. I worked for a Fortune 500 company, and I got my undergrad in finance. I got a master's in business administration. And I worked for this company for 5 years, and I hated it for 4.5 of those 5, and even after that, I worked for another smaller company thinking that maybe the size would have made a difference. And nope, that wasn't it either. And it was after I got fired from that last job, which was the first job that I was ever fired from, believe it or not. That's when I realized that I didn't want to work for anyone anymore. And I had to figure out, what can I do to sustain and still live a fulfilling life? And I lived in Europe for some time, in Spain, learning Spanish. And it was while I was over there getting ready to come back, I decided to launch Virgin Island Food Tours, which is a walking food tour business that I have here in St. Croix, where we highlight the best of our food, our architecture, our culture, and our history to visitors of the island. And I did that in addition to my freelance writing work, where I write about food and travel and use my brand Cruisian Foodie to continue to highlight the Virgin Islands food culture and the Caribbean food culture and just the culture of the world when it comes to food. Just anything that deals with food, I'm all about it.
Well, since you deal a lot about food, and we talked about this in our full episode together, there is also a lot of misconception that you eat all this food all the time, right? But you really can't. Otherwise, it would be super unhealthy. Now, how are you able to stay healthy, Anquanette, while you're working from home and also still do what you do for a living?
Absolutely. First things first, water. Water is extremely important. It makes up a large percentage of your body, and it's a reason why they tell you to have a lot of water, because it just cleanses your body and your skin, and it really helps with everything. So I drink about 100 ounces of water a day at minimum every day. That's how much water I drink. There's some days when I don't, but that's key. That's number one. Number two, I work out. I work out maybe 4 to 5 times a week. And my workouts, I make them fun. I make them interesting. I don't do things that I hate. And I actually just recently picked up a hula hoop. When's the last time you hula hooped, Debbie?
Oh my God, it's love
probably been
hula
a minute.
hooping. Yeah,
right?
But like when I was 10.
You can make it a workout. I bought a weighted hula hoop from Amazon, and it's part of my workout now. So I do hula hooping like every other day, because you don't want to do it too much, because obviously it's all core and you don't want to be too sore with that. So you do it every other day or every 2 days. And I just do things that are fun. So growing up, I was a hula hoop queen. I was a hula hoop champ. And I was like, oh my God, I could work out. I can get a workout and hula hoop. Let's do it. And, that's another way that I just keep it fun and I keep it interesting. And most importantly, it's the food, it's what you eat. And I tell people, don't eat crap every day. If you want some cookies today, have some cookies. but you can't have cookies every day of the week. It's just, you can't, gorge on a pack of cookies every day of the week and expect to, whether you want to lose weight or maintain your weight or whatever it is, you have to have some sort of balance. And I tell people that you know what the cookies taste like. That's why you love them so much. There's no reason for you to eat them every day. But if you decide to have 2 cookies today and then in 3 days you want to have another 2 cookies, that's fine. If you want to have 5 cookies over the weekend, knock yourself out. But you can't eat all the cookies all the time. You're not Cookie Monster. You can't do it.
I want to be a Cookie Monster though. But okay, so listen, when you were talking about that weighted hula hoop, I literally went on my phone and went on Amazon and it's on my list. So
I'm telling you. And it's much harder than you think because you start and you're like, oh my gosh, this is super heavy. But as you continue to do it, you just get better and better. And you're working up a sweat. Your heart rate is up because your focus is keeping it on your waist. So, and you're doing, it's really fun. I had such a great time. Yeah. And you add some good music to it and you got a party.
Oh my God. Okay. So I need to do that and also try to configure how I'm going to fit this hula hoop in our apartment. And
so let me tell you, it's collapsible. It's collapsible.
I mean when I'm hula hooping.
Oh, yeah. That might be.
I think we have some room. I just have to move.
You have to clear out some furniture.
Yeah, I just have to clear out some furniture. We have a neighbor downstairs that literally tells us to be quiet when we're just walking. So I also have to think about them. But wow. I love these tips though, because now I'm like, okay, hula hoop, I got that. All right, what's next?
Yeah, and also just what you eat. For instance, my typical breakfast. It'll be eggs. I'll have an egg, one egg white, and I'll have bacon. And people would say, you eat bacon and you lose weight? Yes, because bacon is protein. It's still protein at the end of the day. I'm not eating a pound of bacon, but I like bacon. So I think you can have 2 slices of bacon and that's okay. Again, it's all about balance. So I'll have the eggs and the bacon, which is my protein. I have some sliced cucumbers that I'll sprinkle a little olive oil and a touch of salt on there. Then I would have maybe a slice of Ezekiel bread with some peanut butter on there. And that would be breakfast. So I've covered a carb, which is the bread. I've covered the fat, which is the peanut butter. I have the protein, which is the eggs and the bacon. And then I have a vegetable, which is the cucumbers. So I've touched on all of those major food groups, if you will, and I made a balanced meal. The goal is that for every meal, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you have those 4 things on your plate.
That is such a good way of thinking about it because otherwise I would just be eating salt and vinegar chips all day.
And believe it or not, and what's interesting with me too, I'm not a big dinner person. Mm-hmm. Nighttime, 7 o'clock will hit and I'm not hungry. But then I wake up first thing in the morning to do my workout and I'm starving. I'm just I want to eat everything one time. And sometimes what I'll do, I would have some blue corn chips and a few slices of medium cheddar cheese off the block. And that'll be it for dinner.
Have you ever had eaten cheese and apple together?
I have. I am a charcuterie board.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Ninja. I love charcuterie board. So anything that combines fruit and with cheese and cured meats, count me all the way in. And what I really love is when I'm able to get local jams or local preserves, sorrel preserves or even mango or something, and I can make it really local to the Virgin Islands. That's even better.
Yeah, preserves are so good. Jams, they're so delicious.
And when you put it on something salty, you have that sweet and salty going. Man, mm-hmm. So see, I'm making you hungry all over again.
I know you are. So, Aaron is in charge of our nutrition and exercise because he was in fitness for 20 years. He was a martial artist for so he's in charge of that. And I am such a snacker, Anquanette, that he was like, we're not buying any more stuff because he goes out to work, and when I'm at home, because I work from home, like I will just eat everything.
All the snacks.
He stopped buying. But he was like, we're not buying this when we go to the grocery store because you're out of control.
You're out of control. You have no control, Debbie. Here's really another thing. Here are things you won't find in my house. You won't find ice cream. You won't find cookies.
Ugh. What about
you won't find crackers?
You have chips?
I'll have blue corn chips, or I'll have plantain chips, and I'll have hummus.
Oh, hummus.
So plantain chips with hummus is a great snack.
Oh my God, you're making me so hungry.
But if you want a snack, you can be a snacker, because for you, that might be your thing. You just like smaller meals throughout the day.
But no, I don't. Okay, Anquanette, you don't understand. I like snacking and food. Like there's no one or the other. You're no, it's both.
But maybe your food just needs to be a smaller portion.
Yeah.
Because you're snacking. You gotta have a balance. And now also, how much water are you drinking? Because when you drink a lot of water, it should keep you full.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably why I should drink more water. But I have been really good the last 2 weeks.
Well, that's good.
Because we stopped purchasing the snacks. That's why I've been good.
Yeah, I don't keep any of them in the house. But even with chips, I can only eat so many chips until I'm just like, I don't want any more chips. Yeah. But cookies, I can eat half a pack of Oreos.
Yeah.
Or pizza. If I order pizza,
good.
Genuinely, I can eat 7/8 of the pizza by myself.
It's so good. I know. It's so good. I can't. Okay.
If I get pizza, I'll ask my mom or a friend, like, hey, you want some pizza? So that I have to share it.
Yeah.
So that
otherwise, you'll eat everything.
And then it's all done. Because if all the pizza's gone, guess what? You can't eat what's not there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what we usually do. Like, Aaron really loves ice cream, and he's like, and we would buy like a pint of it, and he will literally eat the whole thing. So now what he does is, like you said, like we don't buy the ice cream anymore. And when he wants it, he just buys like the individual ones in like the grocery or like the deli, because otherwise it's just.
For me, if I want ice cream, I go to the local ice cream store. We have 2 here. We have 3, but one of them they sell from the other. But it's Armstrong Ice Cream. They've been around since 1900. They're the 3rd, 4th generation family making ice cream. And then there's Sorbetier, which is a newer ice cream company, but they've also been around for a little over 10 years. I would go to the shop and get a scoop or 2 of ice cream. And that's what I would do. Like, if I want ice cream, let me go and get a scoop, get 2 scoops. I'll probably eat half and then eat the other half. And then that's it. There's no more, like, don't buy the pint because you will eat the pint.
Oh my God, I can't. Okay, we need to stop. Because I'm literally drooling right now.
Drooling. You're like, I want the ice cream.
Well, thank you, Anquanette, for talking to us today and for making me hungry as usual. If our listeners want to know more about you, where can they find you?
Sure. They can find me on my website at crusianfoodie.com. So that's Crusian with a C. R-U-Z as in zebra, A as in apple, and like Nancy, and then foodie, F-O-O-D-I-E. Of course, we've been talking about food this entire time, so foodie makes all the sense. But it's foodie with an I-E, not with a Y. And then I'm the same on all social media channels, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So they can find me, and if they're really interested in seeing more about island life and all the quirkiness of island life, what it's like to go shopping in the supermarket, what it's like to enjoy Christmas during the holidays here, they can check me out on YouTube, and I have all the tea on all of that. And we're doing it, all in a moment. So they're getting to see the food, they're getting to see the people, our hospitality, and all that great stuff. And it's a party over on YouTube, so they should join me.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it. Thank you so much, Anquanette, for being here with us. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I hope these tips were really helpful to your listeners. And if they have any other questions about anything, they know how to find me.
I hope you enjoyed this extended interview with Anquanette. Make sure to visit theoffbeatlife.com. Again, that's theoffbeatlife.com, where she shares how she uses storytelling to create income and impact. Hey friend, have you been wanting to start a podcast? I know it can be overwhelming in the beginning. Believe me, I have been there. Lucky for you, we have created a new site called howtocreateapodcast.com that shares a ton of freebies that can help you get started. From launching, growing to monetizing, we share it all in one place. Visit howtocreateapodcast.com for more information. Thanks for joining me on this extended interview. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on iTunes. We can also chat some more on Facebook at The OB Live. I'll talk to you soon.